closer. Excuse me real quick while I adjust the microphone. Hello again, Judge Warner. Thank you for this opportunity to speak here today for my son, Elijah McClain's justice and his legacy. I am Elijah's mother and his present parent. I have stated this on numerous occasions because it is the truth. First, to address the previous comments. No one can say that they have a similarity to my son's murder if their son was not murdered by killer cops and firefighters. Where was the fire that night? Where was the fire emergency? Jeremy Cooper was a threat to my son and an accomplice to my son's murder on August 24th, 2019. We are not the same. Do not say anything to me or mention my son's name in my presence while you enable and support an evil, careless legacy of a delusional mindset. You cannot evoke my son's name to absolve you of your own sinful nature. You betray yourself and your attempts to disrespect me here today, like Jeremy Cooper's disrespectful lawyer. It all shows your culture will not change because you find no fault in your actions. Never forget, your people in your community has an unlawful beginning in my community. When the opportunity presents itself, a person's thoughts, words, and actions will always show the beast in that man. The lack of humanity in your comments are not a surprise at all. Eternal shame on you all. When I repeatedly looked at the videos of my son's murder by Aurora, Colorado's hired hands, I wondered why no one took the time to look within themselves to do the right thing. Instead, everyone there the night my son was murdered looked outside of themselves in order to follow the directions or inactions of others. No one looked within themselves to hear what my son was actually saying. Instead, they looked outside of themselves and committed their souls to the evil actions that caused my son's murder. Everyone there the night my son was murdered eagerly rushed down the road of corruption by their own egos and ignorance. They all failed the city of Aurora and every member in the communities of Colorado. I wondered what I would say today because I have already said so much. I have already experienced so much. And I am sure I still have much more to endure for my son, Elijah McClain, to rest in his power. Jeremy Cooper is the person that injected my son with a lethal dose of ketamine while my son laid on the ground unconscious from the brutal attacks of a bully with a badge. Jeremy Cooper followed the crowd of cowards and displayed his immorality through the lens of his own cluelessness. Before Jeremy Cooper injected the drug ketamine into my son's unconscious body, Jeremy Cooper did what he felt was best. He did nothing. Jeremy Cooper did not check for my son's pulse. Jeremy Cooper did not conduct a thorough examination to see if my son was breathing normally. Jeremy Cooper did not interact with my son or ask my son how he was doing under the weight of a monster. Jeremy Cooper was there for more than several minutes before my son said his last breaths. Jeremy Cooper heard my son talking and was there for my son's last words. But Jeremy Cooper just stood there like a drug dealer waiting for his sale. When did firefighters become drug dealers who are paid by the city governments to forcibly cause an unwanted overdose? Nothing Jeremy Cooper can say will bring back my son or remove my son's blood from his hands. I have seen nothing in Cooper that shows he regrets his actions, from his lies on video and his attempts to cover up being an accomplice to my son's murder to the lack of guilt in his eyes. The trials have been exhausting, but worth it, because I stand here for truth. I stand here for love. I stand here for light. I stand here for justice. And I stand here for my son, Elijah McClain. I am not saying that I am a better representative of what American values should be, But what I am saying is that America will never be what it could be because it does not look at all of its citizens as one race, the human race. Treating people how you feel they deserve to be treated is very different and the complete opposite of treating people how you yourself would want them to treat you. Again, I'm here to witness the sentencing for Jeremy Cooper and his participation in my son Elijah McClain's murder. Human justice does not come anywhere close to what true accountability is. So I will continue to say, meditate, and pray for divine justice for my son, Elijah McClain. From my heart to my hands. Long live Elijah McClain, always and forever. Thank you, Your Honor.